morning, everybody, and welcome to another Sunday morning vlog.
The man did it again. He made me laugh right as he hit record.
I don't do anything. I don't understand what the problem is.
So guilty.
No, the problem is that she's always so sad all the time.
That's me. I never smile.
So, so when she does laugh, you know, it brings a joy to my heart as well.
Moving on.
Hey, guess what? We're going down to the Bellagio today. Why are we going to do that, Paula?
Because this week heralds the beginning of spring in Las Vegas.
And what happens in spring? Well, what happens every season here in Las Vegas, the Bellagio Conservatory does a great big new show.
They sure did, and it is so gorgeous. We can't wait to show it to you.
And then, because this is all about gardening and stuff, we decided that we would go to one of our local nurseries.
Yes, this is something near and dear to my heart. I can't wait to take you to a garden center.
All right, get ready, because this adventure starts when, Paula?
Right
now. Okay, I like that.
One of the best things about living in this part of the country is the early arrival of spring. Year after year, we can count on the flowering trees and shrubs to bud and bloom by mid-March, and we never have to worry about a late frost. But where we're going on our first stop today, weather is never a factor because it's inside this icon on Center Strip, the Bellagio. It's 6:40 a.m. as we arrive in the Bellagio spectacular lobby. Behind the front desk is a teaser of what's in store in the conservatory, and it looks like there are still a couple of finishing touches going up. As always, the arrangements in the vases are spectacular, and we have to admit the spring color palette may be one of our favorites. Okay, let's hustle into the conservatory before the crowds arrive. The entire time we were here, these guys were working on the fountain. Looks like a big spruce-up project today. The spring theme for 2023 is a romantic European garden, Giardino dell'Amore, and you don't need an Italian guidebook to tell you that's the garden of love. Designer Ed Libby tells us it's a sensory journey celebrating the beauty of love, and it pays homage to the Italian inspiration for the Bellagio itself. Before we explore, though, let's go back a week to March 7th, when 80 of the talented artists and craftsmen of the horticultural team were in the midst of creating what we're about to see. Working from this set of design renderings for the 4 main beds, they're building ponds, putting together trees, laying walkways, and assembling stairs and boats. And all of this needs to be finished in just over 1 week. From the lobby, our first entry point is the exquisite Tunnel of Love, comprised of 4 heart-shaped arches symbolizing the journey of romance. In the center is a reclaimed fountain in superb detail set in a bed of vibrant tulips. The arches are adorned with, get this, 24,000 roses. As we pivot away from the front, around the fountain, and towards the rear of the walkway, we get a beautiful reveal of the gazebo in the west bed. Honestly, this display is just as spectacular from the backside as the front. Now, make sure you look up as well. Those 5 copper chandeliers with their classic patina represent the luminous feeling of new love. Across the back of the conservatory, the west bed is, as usual, a showstopper. In the center is a pavilion-type gazebo with an elegant European fountain inside it. The gazebo is flanked by 2 extravagant rose planters and draped with floral garlands. Now here's a fun fact. They used 125,000 flowers for all the garlands you see in this room. On either side of the bed are two 16-foot-tall cherub statues spraying water into the pool below. Now here's something you might not know. The water in here comes from on-site wells, sourced from rainwater and recycled water from the resort. This pair of swans have the best seat in the house, and they've been arranged so that their necks form a beautiful heart. We always like to take a walk behind this bed. You find unique viewpoints when you're back here. The white wisteria trees on either side of the gazebo symbolize the strength and endurance of love. And the hues of bedding flowers are extra brilliant. We had no doubt the garden table would be set up in this romantic garden, and here it is just near Sadelle's. What a spot to enjoy a fancy meal, and you can reserve the garden table for brunch provided by Sadelle's or dinner provided by Michael Mina. Gotta stop for just a second to celebrate the most important element of the garden, the plants. For the facts and figures from the Bellagio, they've set a whopping 11,541 potted plants in the display, many of them the most beloved of spring bulbs. There's also a custom scent in the air with hints of orange blossom and a beautiful romantic soundtrack playing in the background. Moving over to the north bed, we find ourselves in a sunny citrus garden. In the center is yet another fountain, this one a majestic 17 feet tall, set in a circular boxwood hedge. Suspended above it is a 14-foot sun representing life, energy, and positivity, and of course, a big, bright, and happy Bellagio bee. This is a beautiful, peaceful scene with orange trees signifying good luck and health, perfectly shaped greenery, a lovely garden path, and behind it all, the LED screen depicting even more fountains. And last but never least, the south bed. The focal point here is a white marble gazebo weighing in at 8,000 pounds. It too is draped in flora and set on the bank of a lovely pond. This dream boat with a champagne presentation is meant to transport us to Lake Como in the town of Bellagio, Italy, which of course was the inspiration for this beautiful resort. Also in the design is a regal white peacock who represents rejuvenation, romance, and self-acceptance. A total of 3,000 feathers were hand-applied to this figure. We saw pieces of the wisteria tree being hauled around in the behind-the-scenes footage, and the final product has 7,800 blooming branches as it arches over the pond. Paula particularly liked the foxglove in this bed, not something you would see in the desert. Giardino del Amore will be here through May 20th, and you don't want to miss this one.
Good morning, everyone. I am at Moon Valley Nurseries on West Charleston. It is Sunday morning, early. They just opened. I have such a gardening bug. The sun is out, the temperature is 70, and I want to plant something. Come on, go with me to Moon Valley Nurseries.
Here's a useful tip for locals. If you want to avoid traffic, just go out early on a Sunday morning, right after the time changed. And what have we here? Looks intriguing. I'll tell you what, it's not every garden center that has a T-Rex at the curb. Welcome to Moon Valley Nurseries, America's largest box tree grower. They've got farms in Arizona, California, and Texas growing over 1,300 kinds of trees. Out here is just a sampling of their larger specimens, and get this, they will even come to your house and plant them for you. Moon Valley Nurseries originated in a northern suburb of Phoenix, a family operation that has exploded to 34 retail locations in 4 states. Talk about an American success story. Just inside the entrance, we are greeted with a rack of spring annuals.
So these are our spring flowers here in Vegas. We do marigolds and carnations, dianthus, and then also petunias. They'll last us till June till it gets hot, and then they'll be done.
Look at this one. We had one of these fire sticks at our other house. Absolutely stunning. Beyond the flowers are the young herbs and vegetables.
All right, so you want to talk food, herbs? Here we go. We've got the herbs. And actually, Giselle was just telling me they just got a lot of these here because the weather's been so cold that they wouldn't have lasted. And they actually grow them out in Riverside, California, and then bring them here to Vegas. Tomato plants. Look at these. Aren't they healthy and beautiful? And then we'll go down the row, and the peppers are down here. They got some hot peppers.
Believe it or not, Moon Valley Nurseries started life as a pumpkin patch back in 1994, as we said earlier, near Phoenix. After that, they set up a Christmas tree lot, and those 2 enterprises gave them, excuse the pun, seed money to open a nursery. At this point, we have to stop for a minute and enjoy the koi pond. According to Paula, spending time in a garden center can be good for all that ails you. It was in 2004 that Moon Valley Nurseries expanded to Las Vegas, and they currently have 3 locations right here.
What a place to be, 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning. I have this whole entire nursery to myself. This is my nirvana, I'm not gonna lie. Lemons. Ooh, those look yummy.
The staff told Paula later that she could actually pick a lemon and take it with her.
Here you go. There's a bargain. Buy 5 trees, get 1 free.
Owner Les Blake discovered early on that customers most often needed the trees planted and started offering you buy it, we plant it deals. A large part of the company's tremendous success is due to this service, along with, of course, the unparalleled quality.
Sometimes they say go big or go home. That is one big agave.
In addition to trees, Moon Valley also grows 2,500 varieties of shrubs and plants. Here in Las Vegas, right now is about when you want to put these in the ground, to get them established before the heat arrives. There's also a varied selection of cacti and succulents, always a great choice with our climate and watering restrictions. Say hi to Giselle and her prehistoric friend, helpful staff members here at the nursery.
All right. This is otherworldly. We're in the greenhouse. I just spoke to both the folks that work here, Brandon and Giselle. And they said, make sure I come in the greenhouse because it's clearly a trip to another world. It's humid and warm in here and incredible. I think these are mostly houseplants, but they're worthy of being in the resorts down on the strip, aren't they? And the scope of them, I mean, this one here is probably a foot taller than I am, if not more. Oh my gosh, look at the fantastic leaves on these. This is, oh, I love this red one. This is awesome. Check those out. That could be at Mandalay Bay, huh? Wow, this is, and it's just, except for the dog barking, it's eerily quiet and peaceful in here. Oh, fabulous.
Over in this area, you'll find gardening supplies, including their famous Moon Juice fertilizer, fancy bird baths, and a huge selection of pots in all sizes for your plants and flowers. Everything you need to make a gorgeous Las Vegas backyard. And as you might expect, there are resident cats on property, to keep the riffraff away. And here's our purchase from Moon Valley Nurseries. Half a dozen plants for a little spring color. Later that day, we also visited another local garden center, Star Nursery. It's the biggest gardening and landscaping supply business in Las Vegas, but we're going to save that for a future episode of Paula's Kitchen and More. Meanwhile, we did pick up some healthy succulents for the backyard.
All right, that conservatory. I have to tell you, when I was in there filming that morning, our absolute favorite Bellagio song came on, Time to Say Goodbye, and I literally teared up standing there amidst all that splendor with the scents in the air, and it was absolutely just an overwhelming sensory experience, just like Ed Libby said it was going to be. It was
very romantic in there.
Very romantic in there, and it always happens, the sun was coming up, and so you get different lighting patterns as I'm filming the different beds. It was just a beautiful experience.
It looks real nice on camera, but folks, if you're in town, go and see it because it's even more spectacular in person.
Yeah, it doesn't even do it justice to show you, although we try.
Okay, we had 2 garden centers we were going to do, right?
It ended up being such a long vlog. We cut Star Nursery out, saved it for the future.
Yeah, we're going to do that in a future issue of Paula's Kitchen. But I'll tell you what, she went down and bought a whole bunch of plants, came home and planted them, and we're going to show you what they look like right now.
Yeah, I did one little dish garden for the front yard, one little dish garden for the backyard, our spring color, and then I filled all those empty pots that I had in my backyard over the winter with those beautiful succulents.
So this ought to get you in the mood for spring no matter where you live here, at least in the States, because we know it's a little bit cool back there in the East Coast. Maybe a little bit of white stuff falling, but I guarantee you, spring is on its way, right?
Yes, and the same with our European viewers. I know spring's on the way over there as well.
All right, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button. Anything else you want to tell these nice people? Paula.
You know, if you're into cooking, I am doing a really cool thing on Wednesdays, Paula's Kitchen and More. We are going back to the basics, and I'm going to do some great things with boneless chicken breast.
All right, I hope you had a good time. We'll see you next time.
Bye,
Bye-bye, everybody.